Hey everybody, it's Gobbleman7 back with another YouTube video. This is just going to be a video explaining how I was able to fix I just got the PlayStation 4 and the controller after like 10-15 hours of use. This L1 trigger, it was sticking. Like you would press it normally and it would get stuck like that. And if it was whatever button this did, it would kind of ruin the whole game experience because when it was like that, it was locked in place and the action was being processed and you couldn't do anything about it. You couldn't cancel it. So I returned it and twice, and each time the Sony controller, did the same thing. I was able to do a fix for it. It also happened on the second controller with this one. This one was sticking right in the corner and right in that corner. So there would be like that after you were just pressing them with normal use. So to fix them, what I did was you need a sharp, long, narrow object. I use these fine scissors, and what you do is you stick them. I tried to do it around this edge here and around the sides. Wouldn't budge. There is another video on YouTube describing how to do this by taking the controller apart. By removing 4 screws. Boom, boom. Where's the other 2? Boom, boom. That's a little more complicated, and there's greater risk of you obviously you void your warranty, and you can destroy your controller, and it won't work anymore, and you're screwed. You have to buy another one. This is an easy way to pop it open, and I'll show you what to do to prevent the sticking button by cleaning. So you just get a little bit here, right, and stick it right in, and you pop it out. You don't want to go in too deep. I just popped it out. You don't want to go in too deep because you can permanently damage this rubber silicone material in here. So now, what I was able to do was I was able to clean these posts here. This post here, and this post here had some sort of a substance on it. I think it was like a powder, which is also what the other YouTube user mentioned, Tried Cool, when he took it apart and he cleaned it. And this was the button that was sticking for me. So what I did was I just cleaned these off with, you can use a Q-tip with water. A damp paper towel will also do the trick. You clean those off, you get those nice and clean. You can see the rest of it is dust-free and free of all other substances. And then what I did, after I cleaned the inside of the controller, was I took the trigger. This is the L1 trigger, right here, and I cleaned where these holes right here, hole 1, hole 2, and hole 3, especially this one, as that's where it was sticking. That's where it was getting stuck in. So I was able to clean these out. I actually soaked this button in water, and I also blew these holes with compressed air to make sure that there was actually nothing deep inside, because these are they go right to the ends here. You can't see it, but they go right to the ends. And then once I did that, and once I cleaned the inside of the controller, right here, all you have to do is you line these holes up. Line these holes up here to snap it back in place, just like that. And the button snaps right back on very easily, very simply. And you have a working button. You can press it in just to make sure everything is good to go. And it is, and everything works. I've gamed for several days after fixing it like this, and I have never experienced the sticking anymore. After returning your controller twice, the game store will not take it again. So I should have just done this after the first time, because it would have saved me a whole lot of hassle to do this fix, because that was the problem. The problem was the posts there was some sort of gunk on them, and it must have come shipped like that, because I know in every case that the controller that I got and the replacements controllers that I got were factory sealed and brand new. So I guess it's a flaw, some sort of defect on Sony's part. So, which is surprising, because up till now they're known for making good stuff, but with the recent PS4s that were failing, some were overheating, and with people experiencing the trigger problem, you would think that they'd have some quality testing and control to prevent this sort of simple thing from happening. Because, I mean, with the PS3, I had PS3 controllers. This one here, the original that came with it, which I bought like 3 years ago. And the buttons, none of the buttons ever stuck. Triggers, the L1, these buttons here, nothing ever stuck on me. So I think that they did a better job designing the PS3 and its controller from a mechanical standpoint than the PS4, because there have been plenty of problems so far. I hope they address them for people, so they don't have to fix stuff like their mistakes like I had to. But I wanted to get this out there as an alternative to the Try It Cool video, in which he actually disassembles the controller in half, and because I know some people wanted me to show them how to do it without taking the controller apart to do a demonstration, because in some cases they couldn't get it back together. They lost little screws. They damaged the ribbon, the hinges, the internal mechanisms of their controller by taking it apart. So I thought I'd post this and show you another way of fixing sticky buttons on and specifically in this video, the L1 and R1 buttons, so you can do them on either one. Again, this is Goblin Man 7. I hope you've enjoyed this how-to repair video on the PS4's DualShock 4 controller. Thanks.